Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in the previous video we have discussed about the user defined function in C. So how to define one user defined function, how to call that function from the main function, or how I can able to send one value, that means the variable value from a function, and we can also return some value from the function to the main function, and we also have declared the prototype of that function after the header file inclusion. So we have discussed about all in the previous video. So now today in this video we are just going to discuss about one new data structure concept, that is array, that are available in C. Now you may ask that what is array or what is the use of array in C. So let's start. So suppose before going to the topic array, I just want to tell you a story, just want to give you an example. Suppose I told you to store the marks of 10 students inside our computer program. So at that time what you should do? Suppose the marks will be one integer type variable. So what you do? You will declare integer at that. After that you will write the function name, suppose number 1, number 2, number 3. In this way you will create 10 variable up to number 10, and one after another you will put all those value into the variable. So the value was little small, like 10 variable. I just told you to store the marks of 10 students. For that reason you have created 10 number of variable and stored all the marks of the student inside those variable. But if I give you to store 100 number of students marks, at that time what you should do? It is not possible to make 100 number of variable and then assign all the variable value one after another. So at that time we will use the concept of array. If I just want to declare all the variable, and at that time the code will be little messy, that means the readability of the code will be decreased. So for that reason, to overcome that problem, we use the concept of array. So suppose this is our computer memory. Think this is our total computer memory. Inside that memory there are this kind of blocks, these are called bits or bytes. This kind of blocks is there, that means our computer memory is just divided in this kind of blocks. So suppose general normal problem, you have taken one variable and just assign the value 1 over there. At that time suppose inside our memory in one box 1 is stored. Suppose you have created one another variable, there you have stored 2. In another random memory, this 2 value will be stored. In this way, if we keep 3 value will be stored, 4, 5, all in this way the value will be stored. And this value is stored totally in randomly. That means there is no consecutive that after 1, 2 will be stored. In this way, it did not happen. It happened in randomly. But suppose I just want to store, suppose the marks of 5 students. At that time it will not possible to create all the time all different naming variable. So at that time I will just make one group of, suppose for 5 students I want to store the marks. So at that time I will make a group of 5 block, and then I will store the value inside these 5 blocks. The marks of 5 students will be stored. So this is called the array. That means there in consecutive way in memory I should block some block of memory and I will just keep the value over there. So there, if we want to access this memory, suppose here this 1 is taken in a variable, this 2 is taken is b variable. So if I just want to print a, at that time this 1 will be printed. But here we have 5 consecutive memory, and for this 5 consecutive memory I have just only one variable name. We have to access all these 5 value from that particular one variable name. So how it will be possible? For that reason here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 these are given. This is called the indexing. Suppose here I have just make the variable name as number. So here if we print number 0, at that time the value that is present over there, that value will be printed. Or if we suppose print number 3, at that time the value that is available inside these blocks, that value will be printed. And always try to remember that the indexing is starting from 0. That means if we just want to print the fifth value, at that time we have to print number 4. If we want to print the first value, that will be number 0. And in this way n value, that means number n minus 1. In this way it's happened. That means the starting index will be 0 and the index will be n minus 1. Here I have just make the group of 5 blocks. So for that reason the array size is 5 over there. Instead of declaring integer type array, we also can declare float type array. Inside that float type array, we can just store float variable. So in this way, the concept of array has come in C. So let's jump into the code blocks, and there I will discuss about the array in much more depth. So inside the code blocks, we will try to understand array. So first I will save this. So Control S, and here suppose the topic is array.c. Okay. First include the header file hash include stdio.h and then int main. So at first here I will take suppose 5 variable names. So number 1, then number 2, then number 3, and in this way number 4 and number 5. These are suppose 5 variable names. So if I just want to store all the 5 numbers inside this 5 variable name, at that time it is possible, because here 5 is a very little number. But if I just want to store the marks of 100 student, at that time it is not possible to write the name of 100 variable. So at that time we should use the concept of array. So here I will just make one array of this 5 variable and then store the value. So here instead of taking 5 variable name, I will take one variable name number, and after variable name we have to give this third bracket, and inside this third bracket I have to give the number of variable I just want to store over there. So here suppose at first I just want to store 5 numbers over there inside this number variable name. Instead of storing one number, I just store 5 numbers over there. So for that reason inside bracket we have to give the name, we have to give the number 5. So here this is called the array declaration. That means I have declared one array. So here I just want to give you an example. Suppose there in your house one guest has come. So at that time to serve or to give the tea to that one guest, you will just hold the cup with the plate and will serve it to the guest. But if at the same time suppose 10 guests has come to your house, so at that time what you should do, because you will not able to take one cup and then serve it, then take another cup then serve it, so it is not possible. At that time you will just manage one tray and then put all the cups on that tray and then serve it, carry those tray and then serve that tea. So this is the main concept of array. That means this number will hold all the 5 value. This is like the tray. So how I should assign this 5 value over there? So I have told you that the first indexing starts from 0. So suppose number 0, and here I will just store suppose the marks 78, and then in this way I will copy this number 0 line and will paste over 5 times. So here you go. So then we will store number 1, then number 2, number 3 and number 4. And suppose here I am changing the value to suppose 68, suppose the value is 90, then suppose 45, and then suppose random number 20. So this way I have stored 5 numbers inside one number variable, and this number variable is one array, and I will just get the value with the index of the array. So suppose I just want to print this 68 value. So at that time what I should do, I will write printf and then same concept %d, and here I will give the variable name number, but inside number this 90 value is just stored inside number 2, that means in second index. So here also we have to give 2. So then at the end suppose return 0, because I have write integer type here over there, so return 0. Now if we compile this program, no error is there, run it again. Now you can see 90 is printed because the value of number 2 is 90. So instead of number 2, if we just want to print number 1, at that time 68 will be printed. So compile and run, 68 is printed. So if suppose here the array can hold 5 value, because here I have just put 5 inside this third bracket. So if suppose here I just want to get 8, if we compile and run this program, now you can see some random value has come, because our array size is 5, but I just want to take the 8 index value. So it is not possible. So for that reason, it is just giving one random value to me. Suppose if instead of 5 I just want to store the marks of 100 student, at that time I should not write this kind of 100 lines. So I will suppose take the user input. So here I should write one for loop. So for this for loop I have to take another variable. So for suppose I will be started from 0 and the value of I will be less than 100. That means this loop will go up to 99 because memory 100, at that time the first index will be 0 and the last index will be 99. And then I plus plus, and then we have to take the user input. So here suppose I will write printf, here like enter the marks of percentile D student. So here it will be marks, and here instead of this percentile D, here I will just give the name I plus 1, and then we have to scan the value. So scanf, and then percentile D because this is integer type, and here we have to give ampersand sign, then the variable name number and the position where I just want to store that value. So the first number will be stored and 0 index, the second number will be stored in 1 index. So in this way the number will be stored in I index. So when the value of I will be 0, at that time it will store in 0 index, for 1 index, for 99 the number will be stored in 99 index. So if we just give 100 input, at that time you will be bored. So instead of this 100 I will take the example as 5, and then also here I will give the 5. So here I will just make this line comment, and if we compile and run this program, now you can see enter the marks of first student, suppose random value, second student random value, third student random value I have give 54, and fifth student 69. Now our program has ended. So that means our program has successfully executed and we get all the value of 5 students. So if I just want to print that, so what I should do, I will just copy this and will paste it over one more times, and instead of like scanning this value, I will just print that value. Suppose here I will write, suppose the marks of percentile D student is percentile D, and here after I plus 1 I will just give the marks of number I. So if we compile and run this program, here if we give one /n, at that time it will create one new line. So here compile and run it again. Enter the marks of first student, suppose 58, 69, 78, 14, 98. Now it's printing the marks of first student is 58, second student 69, in this way fifth student 98. So now I hope you can understand how to take one array input from the user and how I should print this. So we have to use one loop over there. Why, now you may ask why I should give here I plus 1 index, because the first value of I is 0, but the user know that first value will be 1, the first value of the number marks will be 1. So for that reason we will give here I plus 1, because for that reason if we compile and run, now it's printing the marks of first student. So if we just give I over there, it was printed the number of 0 students, so it will be like little embarrassed for the user. So for that reason I give here I plus 1. Now suppose I just want to add all those 5 marks. So here I will just take another variable name, suppose sum equals to 0, and I will take the input, and after taking the input, so I will just suppose add those all the value of the array. So here I will just write sum plus equals to suppose number and I. So all the number I value will be added with each other, and at the end suppose I will print suppose sum. So here I will write printf and then percentile D, and here I will just give sum suppose. So if we just compile and run this program, so enter the first number, I am giving little number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the sum 20 is printed over there. So in this way we very easily we can just store the value of 5, 6, 9, 10, 100 number of value inside one variable through this concept of array. So instead of this integer we also can take float. So at that time we have to give here the name float, and we have to store this value in percentile f, and we also have to print this value in percentile f. So here the next one will be percentile f. So here the summation is also float, and I will make this I as integer at that time. So what I should write? Int I. So now I hope it will work fine. Okay, there is no mistake. Compile and run it again. Okay, here is one mistake is there. Here also the sum will be percentile f. So compile and run. So enter the first number, suppose 8.5, second number 6.9, third 4.5, 2.3, suppose then 5, all the value is printed and the summation is also printed. That means this array works fine. So here I should comment out all the lines. So here I should make one multi-line comment, and here I just want to tell you about array declaration. So suppose here number is one array. So if in this at the time of declaration I just want to put all the value inside this number array, at that time I will just give one equals to sign over there, then this curly bracket, and inside this number I will just store value, suppose 1 2 3 4 5. So 4 and 5. If I just want to assign the value at the same time when I should declare the name of the array, at that time we don't have to give any kind of value over there, because at the same time I am just defining that there is 5 number and assign this 5 number inside this number array. So I am at the same time declaring and defining the variable. For that reason here the maximum index is not needed, and here we have to provide this curly bracket. So if I just want to print the whole array, at that time suppose here instead of commenting out this, I will comment out from here, and here I will make one multi-line comment, and scan will also be commented suppose, and here printf will also be commented, and then I will print all the values. So here what I should write? I should write printf and then suppose percentile d, and here number I. So if we just compile this program and run the program, no error, and 0000 is printed. Why? Because it will be percentile f, because here I have just put inside the float variable. So compile and run it again. Now you can see all the float value has just printed 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So here I will just give one, suppose /n to break the line. Now cross this, compile it again and run it again. So now 1 2 3 4 5 is printed inside a float variable. So I hope you can understand. So I will just delete all the changes over there what I have just make. So now I just want to tell you about some disadvantage of the array. So what is the disadvantage of array? Suppose here I just stored 5 value inside this array. So the array maximum will be able to take 5 value. Now if suddenly I told you to store 100 value over inside this array, at that time what should you do? Nothing to do, because I have just write the program for 5 number of element. But if I give you 100, at that time we can't modify this array at the time of run. So this is one of the major drawbacks of the array. So here the array takes consecutive memory location in the memory. So if we just block 5 memory, at that time suppose I just want to store 10 value, at that time it will not be possible, because I have already declared 5 memory for that array. So it will not be possible to take 10 value over there. And if suppose you have take 100 memory over there, and suppose I will store 10 value over inside my variable, at that time that 90 block of like memory will be totally washed. So there also the wastage of memory has happened. So that is one of the more disadvantage of the array. And I also can change the value of the array. So here what I should do, write number, and here I will just change a value, suppose in the second position. So I will give the index 1, suppose I will change it to 10. So after just taking the input I will change it to 10. So suppose 45, 58, 96, 56, 32. Now if you see the second student is 10, because here I have said the second student 58, but then I have just modified the number. So in this way we also can modify the value of one array element. So I hope you can understand the full concept of array. In the next video we will discuss about 2-dimensional array and 3-dimensional array. So that's all for this video. If you like it, please like the video. Thank you.